Welcome to the first video in a series of videos designed to help coordinators become familiar with the MathCount scoring software. In order to access the scoring program, coordinators need to go to mathcounts.org and log in as a coordinator. Once you've done that, you will automatically be taken to the My MathCounts page for coordinators. Notice on the right-hand side is a link for the scoring program. Once you're on this page, all of the information you need for downloading and installing the scoring software can be found right here using this link. This will take you to a PDF with step-by-step instructions. There are two versions of the scoring software to choose from. Both versions will create correct results and will allow you to use the reports that you might need at the end of the scoring process. However, the first version of the scoring software is a bit more powerful in that it has features that the second version does not have. The first version will allow you to import registration data, merge scoring data, and send results electronically to the national office. This version can be used if you have Excel 2007 loaded to your computer. If you do not have Excel 2007, you can use the second version of the scoring software, which again will give you correct results and allow you to use all of the reports at the end of the competition. However, you will not be able to import registration data, merge scoring data, or send results electronically to the national office. For the purposes of this video, we will assume that everyone is using the more powerful version of the scoring software. Again, complete installation instructions can be found here. As we start this video, we will assume that everyone has successfully downloaded and installed the software. Once you do that, on your desktop you will find the logo for the MathCount scoring program. To launch the program, double-click on the logo. This first window tells you that the first thing we'll need to do is go to the Settings Actions button. Notice that when you first launch the program, a lot of these options are not available to you because no database has been created yet with any school or student information. As we go to the Settings Actions button, we can see that the software has launched a database for us. It can be found on the C drive, in a MathCounts folder that was automatically created during the installation process, and the name given to this database has the date and the time the database was created. So this database was created in 2012 on January 12th at 10:50 a.m. Most likely this is not the place or the name that you want your competition database to have. Therefore, we're going to go to Create New Database, and I'm going to determine where I want to keep all of my scoring files. For me, I'm going to keep them on my desktop in the Scoring Program Video folder. And I'm going to call this database my video test and save. Now I can see that rather than being stored in a MathCounts folder, this is being scored on my desktop in the Scoring Program Video folder, and the name is the video test which I gave it. The next step is to insert the information that's specific to the competition. The name of your competition will most likely be something along the lines of the Maryland State Competition or the Northeast Chapter Competition, whatever name of your competition you want to appear on any reports you create at the end. For this video series, we're going to call this our Fictional Characters Chapter Competition. And the date of my competition is going to be January 10th, 2012. And the location will be Hollywood, California. Now I know this is a chapter competition, but there are other options because you might be running a state competition as well. National competition, you probably won't need this option. This we really only use at the national office. And other is just if you're holding an unofficial competition and you want to avoid having chapter or state competition appear on your reports at the end. Notice if I select state competition, the next field is not available because no teams advance from state to national. And the second field, advancing students, is automatically filled in with a 4 because 4 students always advance from state to national. However, when I change this to chapter, these fields are left blank for me to fill in because each state has its own way of determining who advances from chapter to state. For our video series, we're going to advance 2 teams and the next 2 students. Should you decide to create certificates using the scoring software, You will want to fill in this last field, the certificate signature. Most likely this would be your chapter or state coordinator. You want to be sure that if you have an official at the competition who's going to sign the certificates, their name would go into this blank here. Once all of this information is filled in, I can save the competition settings and I'm ready to move along to the registration information. If you're running more than one competition, you can go in and create a separate database for your next competition. Or if you've already created another database that you'd like to go back and reference, you would select Existing Database. I can go over here and find the database for the Math Count Staff competition we ran the other day. If I click Open, we can see that in the Competition Management section the information has changed. This competition was held on January 4th in Alexandria, Virginia, and we only advanced one team and 2 students. Now I can go back to the one that I just created so that we can move forward in our process of using the scoring software. The next video will discuss how to enter registration information for your schools and students.